My name is Gerald Jampolsky. I'm a child and adult psychiatrist. I happen to look at life as if it were an energy, a vibration. Because I believe that there's an energy that comes from a higher source that we're all a part of. And the closest thing I think we can get to is feeling that we're light, we're all part of that light, and that we surrender to that love and we surrender to that light.
Attitudinal Healing is a widely recognized, award-winning, replicable model for inner healing that's been used successfully for 5 decades in over 60 countries on 6 continents. It continues to provide trainings, workshops, and support to tens of thousands of children, adolescents, and adults facing a life-threatening illness or everyday conflicts, challenges, and changes. The original Center for Attitudinal Healing was founded by child psychiatrist Dr. Gerald Jampolsky, along with Patricia Robinson and other friends in 1975 in Tiburon, California, located right on San Francisco Bay. Following a powerful personal transformation through his introduction to A Course in Miracles, Jerry was inspired to create a center where people from all spiritual and cultural traditions could support each other to find inner peace. While making grand rounds at the University of California, San Francisco Medical Center, one day Jerry overheard a young boy with leukemia ask the doctor, "What's it like to die?" The doctor changed the subject, and Jerry wondered, where do kids go to get that question answered? In that moment, he realized that there needed to be a safe place for kids to be able to honestly discuss their own questions, fears, and thoughts. Before the idea of the modern-day support group was conceived, Jerry started a small group with children who were all facing life-threatening illnesses, thinking they might be of help to each other, and in the process, help him heal his own fear of dying. Thus began the first peer support group and person-to-person program. Seeing that the transformative benefits of using the principles of attitudinal healing within a group, brothers and sisters asked to have a group for siblings, as did then their parents, and later, adolescents and adults also facing life-threatening illnesses or circumstances. Many groups needing support continued to emerge, always out of the needs of the community. The effectiveness of attitudinal healing spread far and wide over hundreds of TV and radio programs.
After 25 years and more than 30,000 guests, that's talking to a lot of people, it was one man's definition of forgiveness that changed my life.
Gerald, you mentioned that the secret to really finding true happiness is forgiveness. What do you mean by that?
It really means letting go of the past. It really means letting go of our perception that we need to hold a grievance the rest of our lives, that
if we really want to hold on to grievances, we'll never really be happy. It's really a willingness to see the person in the light of love rather than in the action that happened. So it's really changing the perception, and it really means letting go of the past that we thought we wanted. You know, we can't really change that past, so it means really releasing the negative perception of it and coming back to the present.
That was a transcendent moment for me.
In 1981, Gerald Jampolsky and Diane Cirincione came together, expanding the work and later founding Attitudinal Healing International. Together, they traveled the world for 40 years, responding to the request to bring attitudinal healing to widely diverse cultures. From 1982 to 1992, they were co-directors of Children as Teachers of Peace, creating an avenue for children searching for both inner and outer peace for themselves, their families, and their communities. This educational project enabled major, often life-changing experiences in Russia, China, Central America, and Hawaii. In 1982, Attitudinal Healing formed the first support groups for children, adolescents, and adults living with HIV/AIDS. For the next 10 years, Jerry and Diane included AIDS education in 31 countries. They created with artist Jack Keeler this award-winning poster. In 2008, after distributing the poster to 142 countries, WHO, the World Health Organization, designated the poster the most effective AIDS education tool in addressing the psychological, social, and emotional needs of persons with HIV/AIDS. At the United Nations celebration of WHO's 60th anniversary that same year, the poster was designated one of their global symbols for AIDS. Jerry and Diane received numerous awards for their work of expanding attitudinal healing from 1987 to 2021. In 1978, Jerry intentionally stepped aside to let others run the center to ensure that it would succeed without the focus point on one person. He always said that he would stand by them, and so he did for the rest of his life. At that point, and with the emergence of his first book, Love is Letting Go of Fear, becoming a mega international bestseller in 32 languages, others from around the world asked if they too could start a center for attitudinal healing in their area. Each wanted a place locally where people of all ages and circumstances in life could come together for their own internal healing and in the process help others to heal. Centers and groups continue to this day to emerge on 6 continents. At the heart of attitudinal healing is the belief in the extraordinary ability of ordinary people to be of help to one another. And the idea that while we may not be able to control the outside world and what happens, we do have the personal power to choose our own attitudes in how we experience life in any given moment, regardless of the circumstances. Attitudinal healing is applied in many forms and contexts, including interpersonal relationships, education, health, business, institutions, prisons, and community. Commonly used is the peer support group model, pioneered and developed based on these 12 principles for a variety of needs. It remains the core source of support and mentorship around the world for those who have wished to start an independent center for attitudinal healing. Each center determines the specific variety of support services that they want to make available to meet the individual needs of their own community. Today, Attitudinal Healing International continues to welcome individuals and groups from around the world to participate in online and in-person groups and to create new centers in the growth of our global community. Over the last 5 decades, dozens of books and audio programs have been made available. Independent centers continue to provide various trainings, program curriculum, and diverse support groups worldwide.